So I saw the 25th anniversary of the Fast and Furious, the movie that was actually came out back in 2001, which of course, the first movie that started the incredible franchise of the Fast and Furious movies, which I absolutely enjoyed from that year. And now, 25 years later, we get to see it again, which is still awesome. Which we actually see in the beginning of the movie of Brian, played by the late Paul Walker, who is actually practicing with his car, hoping that it can be fast. But it wasn't fast enough, so we knew how he have actually ran to a local store where he actually met Mia and met up with Dominic Toretto, formerly known as Don, played by Vin Diesel, which we see the rest of his crew, of course, Vince, Leon, Jesse, and Dom's girlfriend Letty, who is actually played by Michelle Rodriguez, which of course, knowing how the rivalry between Vince and Brian actually kicks off, knowing how we can tell that Brian wants to beat Dom in a street race, which at first they actually race, but Brian's car isn't fast enough and isn't prepared to beat Dom. But we can tell how they can form a friendship when the police have actually arrived, where they actually was stopped by a rival racing crew led by Johnny Tran and his cousin Lance, knowing how he actually lost his car. So we knew how Brian and Dom realized how they got themselves involved of what's happened, which, unbeknownst to Dom, Brian is an undercover cop, which he actually investigated a rash of robberies, which of course led by Dom and his crew, which stealing merchandises during race wars. We knew how Johnny accusing Dom of ratting him out to the police, which he didn't do it, which is Brian. So we knew how in the next robbery he actually staged it all, which Brian have actually revealed his true self to Dom when Vince is hurt. So they actually confronted each other at Dom's house, which Jesse tried to run from Johnny, who betted his car in race wars. But he was gunned down by Johnny, so Dom, who actually decided to go after Johnny himself to avenge Jesse, which he actually didn't get so far, but he ran his cousin out of the road while Brian has killed Johnny, which they have one last race a quarter mile before it ends. And of course, Dom has been ran over by a train, a truck, but it didn't actually isn't tragic. But they decided to go their separate ways because he did own Dom a 10-second car as he drove away, knowing how Brian to actually head off towards the second movie, which led to the Too Fast, Too Furious movie. So I absolutely love the movie from 2001, which it still has all the non-stop action and the incredible races they actually have. Of course, the fact that it actually is the first movie that began before Paul Walker's death back in 2013, which I absolutely still love the first movie, which hopefully in 2028 we're actually going to see the 25th anniversary of Too Fast, Too Furious, the second movie of the Fast and Furious movie. So I cannot wait to see it that year. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the movie review. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and my Facebook page and Twitch. Until then, this is Anime God, you on here saying signing out. Laters.